Unfortunately, I didn't bring you any medals from the ICE channel, but instead I have another fast-paced ride through the latest Google Workspace updates for you. Better appointment suggestions in Google Calendar. Finding a time with many participants used to be tedious, but with Gemini's support, Google Calendar now automatically analyzes your colleagues' availability. It even takes time zones and working hours into account to suggest the perfect time. If multiple people decline an existing meeting, Google instantly shows you a new suggestion when everyone is free. This is a real lifesaver for project managers. Optimizing emails with Gemini in Gmail. It's easy for an important email to sound clunky when you're under time pressure. When drafting a message in Gmail, Gemini now suggests much more than just spelling and grammar corrections. The artificial intelligence helps you phrase your sentences more precisely, write more actively, and choose the best words. This ensures messages to clients always sound professional, a feature Google is now expanding to additional plans. Sending larger email attachments in Gmail. For customers on the Enterprise Plus plan, Google is significantly raising the email attachment limit. Instead of the previous 25 megabytes, you can now drag and drop files up to 50 megabytes directly into your email and send them. Receiving messages is even possible up to 70 megabytes. This makes it much easier for consultants to send high-resolution presentations to external clients who cannot open Google Drive links. Forwarding messages in Google Chat. Previously, you had to clumsily copy important chat messages or take screenshots to share them with others. Now Google makes this much easier by allowing you to forward messages directly within Google Chat. The big advantage here is that the original sender and all attachments remain directly visible. This allows team leaders to quickly pass on important information to other work groups without losing any details. Figma integration for Google Chat. If your team works a lot with designs, you previously often had to switch back and forth between different programs. Google is now bringing Figma directly into Google Chat. This allows you to receive notifications about new projects and view previews of Figma files right in the chat. Especially handy for designers. You can reply to comments in Figma without ever having to leave Google Chat. This keeps everyone on the same page at all times. Audio summaries in Google Docs. Reading long reports often costs valuable time. Google has introduced a Gemini-powered feature that lets you simply listen to a brief audio summary of your Google Doc. In just a few minutes, you are presented with the key points of a document in natural language. Consultants, for example, can quickly listen to the current status of a project on their way to the next meeting. The voice can be customized according to your preference. 2 new features for Google Sheets. Those who work with very large spreadsheets quickly lose track. Therefore, Google is introducing 2 new formulas, equals sheet and equals sheets. These allow you to output the sheet number of a specific tab or the total number of all sheets in your document. The special thing about this is that these values adjust dynamically when you delete or add sheets. Controllers can thus build their evaluations even more robustly. Creating data forecasts in Google Sheets. Complex data forecasts previously often required programming skills in Python or SQL, but that is now changing. With the power of BigQuery and Google's modern Times FM model, you can predict future sales figures directly in Google Sheets. Financial analysts can adjust the parameters via a simple menu and automatically receive helpful charts visualizing the forecast alongside historical data. Real-time translations in Google Meet. Language barriers in international meetings are a thing of the past. Google is now making real-time speech translation in Google Meet available to many business customers. If someone speaks Spanish, for example, you hear the translation directly in English and even with the speaker's original tone of voice. This is a huge advantage for international sales representatives, as emotions are preserved in the conversation without having to constantly read subtitles. Opening shared content in Google Meet in a separate window. You can now pop out shared screen content into a separate window. This means you can simply drag a spreadsheet or document straight out of Meet onto a second monitor, or resize it independently. Moderators thus always keep an eye on the audience's reactions while following the content. More features in Google Vids for everyone. Google Vids is a great tool for sharing information via video. To enable even more users to create professional videos, Google is unlocking 3 helpful features for all editions. These include an auto-scrolling teleprompter, easy video editing via the transcript text, and stylish subtitles. This will make it even easier for trainers to produce high-quality training videos for the internal team in the future, saving PDF files directly to Google Drive. Previously, you often had to download PDF files from the browser first and then manually move them to the cloud. If you use Google Chrome on a computer, you can now save PDF files directly to your Google Drive without having to leave the current web page. You can then conveniently find the files in a dedicated folder. This noticeably speeds up the workflow for researchers when doing research on the internet. New video player for Google Drive on iOS. Last year, Google already introduced a more modern and smoother video player for the Google Drive app on Android devices. This improved design and smooth playback are now also available on Apple devices. This means that when employees want to watch training videos or meeting recordings on their iPhone while on the go, they will now benefit from a significantly better playback user experience. Google Chat as a data source in the Gemini app. After Gmail and Google Drive could already be linked with Gemini, Google Chat is now also available as a data source. If you activate this feature in the settings, Gemini can search and understand your chat histories. Project managers can simply ask the artificial intelligence to summarize today's missed messages or to search for specific deadlines in old group chats. This saves a lot of scrolling. NotebookLM as a source in the Gemini app. Previously, you often had to upload documents to Gemini individually. Now you can also add NotebookLM directly as a source in the Gemini app. This means Gemini accesses your notebooks containing your collected knowledge from PDFs and Google Docs and provides answers based exactly on your content. Marketing managers, for instance, can quickly have new campaign ideas generated from extensive research notes. This saves an enormous amount of time in the daily work routine. Custom soundtracks in the Gemini app. Whether for a company presentation or an internal project video, finding the right music is often tedious. Starting immediately, you can easily have your own 30-second soundtracks generated in the Gemini app using a text description. This feature is powered by Google's advanced Lyria 3 music model. Video producers can thus create exactly the music they need for their work, ranging from fun jingles to relaxing beats. Nano Banana 2 available in the Gemini app. With Nano Banana 2, Google is introducing its best image generation model yet in the Gemini app. Not only does it bring more speed, but it can also render text on generated images extremely precisely and even translate it. In addition, the appearance of people or objects remains consistent across multiple images. Marketing experts can use this to create high-resolution graphics for campaigns without the characters suddenly looking different. Tip of the month. Analyze complex charts with Gemini. Do you sometimes sit in front of dashboards or individual charts and try to figure out what they are trying to tell you? Just ask Gemini. Simply take a screenshot, upload the chart as an image to Gemini and ask your question. Gemini will analyze the chart for you and respond with clearly understandable insights.